my name is Rebecca Gatehouse and I'm from Professional Advantage. And I just wanted to continue from the blog that you've just been reading and talk about the different solutions that make up the Microsoft Cloud for Not-for-Profit. So if we just recap on the 4 key priorities for not-for-profits that Microsoft are addressing with these solutions, and they are know your donors and supporters, deliver effective programming, accelerate mission outcomes, and secure donor and program participant data. Now, I'm just going to fly through this because there's quite a number of different solutions that are being launched with the Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofit earlier in the month, and they're specifically addressing those 4 key priorities. And so each are a bit of a topic on their own, so I'll just be scratching the surface. So the first one being know your donors and supporters, and one of the big solutions in that is fundraising and engagement. Now that's been around for well over 12 months now, and they've been building and improving that with the different releases, and it's built on Dynamics 365 Sales. So, and then fundraising engagement on top of that provides that purpose-built end-to-end platform that essentially allows you to manage all the different processes around fundraising engagement that you might be doing in different systems at the moment, or no systems at the moment, which includes things like spreadsheets, or you might have MailChimp, or you might have a third-party application managing donations and manually putting them into different systems. So fundraising engagement will give you that singular view of all the different supporters you have, so donors, volunteers, the different programs. It provides the transaction management gateway, integrates with things like Strut to make that all very seamless in terms of actually doing the transaction, keeping it safe, and then you've got also the financial reconciliation and reporting. It's things that you might have challenged with before around events, around your fundraising, and designation management for your fundraising are all part of this solution. Extending on that, now it's important, donors really want that personalised care and treatment at the moment. And something just new and launched is the constituent marketing journeys. Now this is built on Dynamics 365 Marketing. So using that specialist marketing capability that solution brings, it enables your teams to personalise their communication and their outreach to the donors and your volunteers, based on what you know about them. So then if we move to the key priorities to know, deliver effective programming. So we've got 4 sort of solutions here, and they're all specifically related to volunteer management. And you all know how important it is that the aim is to retain those volunteers and engage with them in the ways that they want to engage and the activities that they want to engage with, but also make it easy for yourselves to manage that process as well, and not make it onerous and time consuming, and that's time that you could be spending adding more to your mission rather than on administration processes. So we've got things like a Power App, which is for your volunteer management staff to manage that day-to-day operations of recruiting, onboarding. It also allows you to set up your schedule and programs, and invite volunteers to apply for them and manage those applications and scheduling and things like that. Then you've got something that called volunteer engagement, which is about the actual volunteers engaging with your organisation. They can search on things, they can find the things that match their skills and interests and schedules. It's built on the Microsoft Power Platform and essentially can interact or interface with your external facing websites. And so that gets that flow of information happening from your organisation to the volunteers in the back. Then we've got something called Volunteer Centre, which is a SharePoint-based solution. It's a SharePoint template, which provides a very seamless and efficient way for that onboarding process of volunteers by providing, as SharePoint does, a central hub where you can have quick access to key information, and people can access things like training and onboarding materials. You can surface up information and announcements on that as well. Oh, sorry, this is quick because there's lots to cover. And then we've got something that's Teams-based, and this is called Manage Your Volunteers. And this is a Teams template, and it can really increase the productivity of your team at work, allowing that information sharing, really easily, like we do in Teams with co-workers, and again, a place to just organise and share the frequently used documents that you have tied in with the other solutions that I've already spoken about. So how do we accelerate our mission outcomes? How's the Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofit going to help that? And that brings in the power of Power BI and the analysis that we can get. So taking our fundraising and our program data and using Power BI over the top of that gives us better insights and a simplified way of getting those insights into things like your goals and your outcomes and your funding and those types of things. And then importantly, overseeing all of this is keeping everything secure. So secure donor and program participant data. Now, we all know how important this is. We all know that not-for-profit industry is highly targeted with cyber threats. It's one of the most targeted industries, I think, aside from government. And Microsoft have a new security program for not-for-profits that really help strengthen their security and reduce the risk of the cyber threats. So that was a really quick run through of the different solutions that make up the Microsoft Cloud for Not-for-Profit at the moment. Obviously, Microsoft will keep releasing solutions over time. So thank you for listening, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.